Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Darjet, and I will be your host for this evening, and welcome back to Stories Untold. I enjoyed that episode 1 so much that I just had to go straight into episode 2. I could not wait to play more of this. This is really neat. I like this a lot. Hope I'm not causing too much strain on this arm here. Okay, so in the last episode, we got a taste of this game, and it was a much more in-depth than I originally anticipated. The design work in this game is immaculate, I gotta say. The people who developed this game did an amazing job. But enough about that. Let's go on to episode 2, the lab conduct. If you find yourself, try to look around for clues. Well, I did help in the first episode a little bit, especially since the code that I needed to open the door was written on the wall as soon as I found it on the wall. I went back and looked while editing my video for the episode 1 and saw that just as I found the code 1986, the wall in my room started to bleed and the number appeared there itself. Is there a way for me to skip this? I don't believe there is. At least it's not very long. Okay.
This is subject 12-19-86-23, new session entry. We have myself, Dr. Alexander, leading, assisted by Dr. Williams, and in the lab itself, our volunteer, Mr. Asian. We have Artifact 23 in the chamber, recovered from crash site B.
Artifact 23?
At the moment it appears inert, showing no signs of activity. Mr. Asian, instructions for each stage will come through to your terminal, and we need you to follow them exactly. Now, some of this may be unfamiliar, so always reference the manual on your terminal for guides on calibration and procedure. Once you've calibrated equipment to match our brief, the green light will flash, allowing you to trigger the experiment. One last thing. Ensure that any equipment non-essential to the current experiment is switched off. You cannot proceed until your calibration matches ours. When you're ready, let's bring this back.
Okay, this is a bit more in-depth than episode 1 was. In the first game, it was more like a game, so I played it like a game. This one is more like a database, a set of data entry tasks that we need to complete. Okay, let's see here. So let's begin the experiment. Subject J 1986. There's that number again, 1986. J 1986 MEM is enclosed in solid outer layers. X-ray the artifact to determine its internal structure. Oh, I guess I don't need to click it, I need to... There we go. So we have an electromagnetic spectrum, or X-ray, a concentrated light, or laser, an acoustic resonance, a drill press, safety instructions, and equipment layout. Okay, here's all of that. The drill, X-ray monitor, sync master, camera, TV unit, signal generator, amp, laser 2 test, and the test chamber. Okay. So let's turn on the electromagnetic spectrum, or the X-ray. Quite a camera. So we need to turn on the camera, the monitor. I'm sorry, what? TV input modes R3, IR, and XR. Okay. So let's go to the camera first then, I guess. Wait, there's no camera here. Nothing's showing up so far. And how do I do this? Press the keys bracketed in the top menu to move between pages. Press tab to roll over to the test chamber. Ah, okay. At the chamber, use your mouse cursor to select and interact. Okay. So to use the X-ray, we need to set up the camera, the monitor, and to charge the X-ray device. And that all is okay. The X-ray monitors and the, what was it? Camera, monitor, and the X-ray. Camera, monitor, X-ray. Okay. Camera, monitor, and X-ray. Camera's on top, so I need to hit the top apparatus. Then the X-ray, which is the second one down on the left, and the monitors, which is third down on the left. Okay. Alright. Camera on. CC86. And turn on the monitors. How do I turn on the monitor? Is that right, though? IR and XR. Oh, I see. Okay. So. Right. So, let's see here. So XR is the X-ray. Monitor is set to X-ray. Okay. So the monitor needs to be set to X-ray. Okay, so we had that right. We had it right. Okay, camera's on, CC86 is on, and we switched the monitor to X-ray. And the sync master is on, which means we can begin the experiment now.
Okay, good work. The X-ray is coming through now. There's no visible damage to the surrounding organic material. No signs of activity either. All output is flatlined. Okay, let's begin.
Okay, let's begin. Experiment complete. Press enter to receive new experiment task. Demonstrate the effects of laser light on the object. Try using a low-powered red laser to begin with. Okay, so to use the laser, we need to operate the light generator. Set the wavelength, and the monitor set to RGB. Okay, so if we're using red laser, then we need 650 nm. Okay, so the laser, where's the laser? It's the bottom over here. It's the bottom apparatus on the right. Okay, bottom on the right, 650, and then monitor set to RGB. Alright. Now everything else is off, right? Okay, laser on. Set this to 650. How do I set this to RGB? Set here. Okay, R3 is the RGB full color. Alright. So R3 is what we need. Turn that on. Ah! Yeah, that's all we need.
No reaction from first stage. Let's try a high frequency.
Higher frequency it is then. Next we'll use a green laser. That's 510. Okay, 510. Bring this up to 510.
Okay, we have a reaction of some sort here, a weak signal. Let's keep going. Increase again.
Increasing again. Increase the blue laser. Blue is 455. So we're going to input 455. It's beating.
Well, would you look at that? It seems we have a pulse. Rhythm is stable, no activity registering in the core. It's possibly damaged. Let's push further.
Pushing further? What do you mean? Test the acoustic resonance properties of the object. Begin with generating a 250 Hz sine wave with amplifier gain set to 1. Acoustic resonance. Okay, sine is a Kirby line. And the amplifier set to 1. So for this we need the signal generator to set the frequency in the waveform. Okay, so we can set all that. Wait. Okay, begin with generating amplifier gain. Amplifier gain is set with the amplifier. Okay, 250 Hertz. Okay, so we got to set up signal generator, sine, 250 Hertz, amplifier set gain at 1. Oh, sorry about that. I forgot to figure out what it is that I'm supposed to do. Okay, the signal generator is just below the TV unit, and the amp is right next to it. So let's turn off all non-vital equipment. And turn this thing on, bring it up to 250 Hertz. Well, let's bring this down to sine. Can I just type it in here? No, I can't. Oh, I can hold it and just, it goes. There we go. 250 Hertz. Oh, turn that on and set the gain to 1. Is that right? 250 Hertz, sine wave, amplifier gain set to 1. That's not right? Okay, it's set to sine. I can see that right here. Or is there something else going on that I haven't quite turned off yet? No, that's off. That's off. That's weird. It should be right, shouldn't it? Signal generator is on. The set frequency and waveform. Amplifier set to gain. Yeah, the amplifier gain should be at 1. What am I missing? There's nothing else that needs to be done, I don't think. Oh! For some reason, I need to set the X-ray and the monitor on.
It's not much of a response. Updating the experiment now.
Okay, so for whatever reason, I had to turn on the monitor first. Although I was quite certain that I was supposed to leave everything that wasn't listed off. Okay, bring it up to 500 Hertz and an amplifier gain of 5. Easy enough. Bring this up to 5. And bring this up to 500. There we go.
Seeing some fluctuations in activity. Should we increase? Is there a risk of damage? What about a volunteer? Okay, we're going to push further. I'm running out of time. Let's switch around.
Pushing further, huh? Okay, switch square wave, maintaining current frequency 500 Hertz and gain. Okay, that's easy. All I gotta do is just switch this from sine to square. Something's happening.
Seeing good activity on this side. Seeing definite spikes in movement. I know this might seem uncomfortable or dangerous, but you need to trust us and keep going.
Sure, okay. Am I supposed to be seeing something through the X-ray here? X-ray's not even on. You know what? Let's turn it on and see if we can see anything. Okay, not seeing anything there. Not sure why. Oh, we are seeing something here. Oh! Oh, that's different. Okay, maintain the gain at 5 in a square wave form. Bring the waveframe frequency up to 1 kilohertz. 1 kilohertz! Okay, 1 kilohertz it is. Not sure what's gonna happen at 1 kilohertz. And it's dead.
Full activity registering. We did it. Can you hear us? You've made excellent progress. You're doing great.
I made it
I
explode.
need you to stay calm and try to relax as we go through these next steps. We're going to attempt to alleviate some of this discomfort.
Discomfort? I made the heart explode, bro! You can't just alleviate that kind of pain. It's a little bit permanent. The protective casing is off. Proceed to drill a surface. Wait, so what I'm looking at is what's inside the heart? Okay, we're going to drill it now. Ensure all the equipment except the camera and TV are switched off. When ready, trigger sync master as normal to begin drill insertion. Okay, shutting off that stuff. and turning on the drill. Okay.
How do you feel?
How do I feel?
Scared. We have the situation under control. Take a few moments, and when you're ready, we'll continue.
Are you kidding me? The power's out. Make contact with... Oh. Okay. We're making contact now. What even is this? It was encased in a heart.
Stay calm. You're doing fine. Don't be afraid.
Whenever someone says don't be afraid...
This, but we have to know. I know how difficult this must be, but you can do this. It's
What?
time to remember.
What am I supposed to be doing with this? Okay.
Don't try to speak. Stay calm. You're a proxy now. You have a connection to the entity's inner core.
Okay.
It's like a conscious black box. It can show you its memories. Look into it. The visions will translate onto the screen to be something that you can understand, that you can play out.
Okay. Usually when people say don't be afraid, that's usually when you should be afraid. Okay. Alright. What am I doing now? Oh, I gotta click and hold on the eye. Not sure what I just saw, but okay. You wake up in the cryopod, struggling against gravity. You force yourself up. Impact into the planet's surface has torn a hole in the ship hull.
Remarkable. You can navigate its memories. Use the computer. Work your way through.
Sure. It's torn a hole in the ship hull. Poisonous atmosphere spills into your craft. You are in grave danger. You have to get out of here. What am I supposed to do? Okay. The craft is broken beyond repair. There is wreckage all around. An airlock door is locked tight and the computer terminal adjacent blinks. The monitor blinks, demanding attention. The system looks usable. You tap at the screen and the airlock door sputters to life, slowly opening with a horrendous noise. The ship powers down to silence, having spent the last of its reserves. Now we're getting somewhere. Or not.
This organ was taken from what we think was the leader. These memories are different. They're not like the others. There's more detail here. Less hazy. Lean in. See what else it hides.
Sure. You squeeze through the damaged airlock and fall to your knees on the ground next to your vehicle. Every breath brings pain to your chest. You look around to see you are surrounded by mangled metal.
This is incredible. How are we getting all of this? It's describing the moment we found the ship. Mr. Asian, please continue.
Bright lights pour through every gap in the surrounding wreckage. A crash site. Smoke billows from the downed ship. Exterior lights flicker on and off. Wreckage surrounds you. Looking upwards, you see unfamiliar star patterns. You don't recognize any of the star patterns above you. The lights are blinding. You can make out silhouettes, but you will need to move some of the surrounding wreckage for a better view. With every ounce of your remaining strength, you move away enough of the wreckage for you to carefully crawl through. The lights that surround you now attack your senses. A circle of artificial lights surround you. You set up to illuminate the crash site in the darkness. Behind them, an army of people, all staring. One figure steps out, a silhouette, and walks towards you. The silhouette is bipedal and bulky. Some sort of mask covers his face. It beckons you to approach.
Your heart rate is elevated, but you're doing well. For what it's worth, very few of our test subjects ever make it this far.
Ah.
You should be proud of yourself.
Yeah, that instills a lot of confidence. Okay. That was a lot of stuff. I guess they did some sort of experiments on the person they found. We awake. The room is silent only for the quiet hum of equipment and occasional machine beep. Your touch isn't yours. We are all as one. We move together in unison. We. So there's a collective consciousness here? Only for the quiet hum of equipment and occasional machine. The screen didn't give anything away. Flashing symbols and what could be numbers in rhythm. Probably the heart rate monitor that I saw. Your touch isn't yours. We are in a bed, in a small and artificially lit room with a single door. There is some sort of writing pinned to the wall. Adjacent is a display monitor.
This doesn't happen. We didn't put this entity in quarantine. It expired at the crash. Whose memories are these? When did this happen?
There is some sort of writing pinned to the wall. Adjacent is a display monitor with wires that drape across the room into your chest. They have tortured us. Stuck together are a series of flat sheets with symbols across them, some sort of writing. Okay. The screen didn't give anything away. Flashing symbols and what could be yeah. Oh, the wires. A series of wires leave the machine and run across to our chest, attached in different places. We aren't sure if the black fluid is going in or coming out. Collective discomfort.
What just happened? What's that alarm?
We yank the wires protruding from our
disconnection in quarantine lab 15.
Oh!
Find out what's going on.
Oh, this is happening now! We yank at the wires protruding from our chests together. We all scream in pain. This action sets off an alarm, echoing loudly down the adjacent corridor.
Stop. Specimen 20 has left lab 15. It's on the move.
Oh.
It's not a memory, it's happening right now. Mr. Asian, I need you to stop what you're doing, please.
Maybe I should find out what else is going on. Okay, I was in a car for a second there. Through the door, we find ourselves in an empty room with a device on the table. It looks familiar. They don't know how it works, but this host does. The door closes behind us and a lock clamps shut. We are alone / together. Okay. It was an access code terminal for a wide connection, allowing commanders to commandeer other hosts. You'll only you / I / we have access to these codes. It's time to use them.
What is that? We haven't seen that before. What is it doing?
It's using the tool we recovered from the crash site. It's in our system. It's sending something across the network. It's broadcasting.
Mr. Asian, please. We deeply regret what we have put you through, but please understand it was for the greater good. We had to know more. Rebelling now could be catastrophic. You don't know what this might do to you in the long run.
I'm not even sure what I'm doing here. Oh, wait a second. Yeah. Yeah, I do know what I'm doing here now. No, I don't. I still don't know what I'm doing. I still do not know. Aha. Okay. I think I did it.
They're all free. They're converging. It's over.
Oh. There was more than one of these proxies.
Please, don't do this. We mean you. We mean them no harm. Please, don't do something you'll regret.
Too late.
One day, Mr. Asian, this will haunt you.
Haunt me, huh? Wow. Okay, that was different. Not quite the excitement that I had from Chapter 1, but there was still a lot of tension there. There was a lot to do. It was much more involved in Episode 1, but it was still pretty intense. It was still, like I said, very involved. Okay, so that was episode 2. That was pretty neat. It's, like I said, not as great as episode 1, but still pretty good. I would like to see what happens in episode 3 now, but that will have to wait for another time. So, check the card for the full playlist, and if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button below. And if you hit the subscribe button, we shall all escape together. Thank you all for joining me for this part of Stories Untold, and I will see you next time.
There was a promise made, dreamers believed, but we didn't know what we were headed towards.
Okay, I suppose this is